The train rattled through the dark, empty night, its carriages nearly deserted. Sarah, a lone passenger, sat in the middle of the coach, staring out at the endless black. A faint chime echoed through the carriage. She glanced up and saw a man, dressed in an old-fashioned conductor's uniform, standing at the far end. His face was pale, almost translucent, and his eyes seemed wrong. "Ticket, please," he said in a voice that sent shivers down her spine. Sarah fumbled with her bag, pulling out her ticket. As she handed it over, her hand brushed his, and it was ice cold. The conductor looked at the ticket, then slowly raised his head. "You shouldn't be here," he whispered. Confused, Sarah stammered. "What do you mean?" "This train," he said, leaning closer, "hasn't taken on passengers in years." The lights flickered, and the air grew thick with the stench of decay. Sarah's heart pounded as she noticed that the once empty seats were now filled with shadowy figures, their hollow eyes staring at her. Panicking, she rushed to the door, but it wouldn't budge. The train began to slow, screeching to a halt. The conductor stepped aside, gesturing toward the open door. "End of the line," he said, his voice echoing in the eerie silence. Sarah hesitated, but the figures began to rise from their seats, creeping toward her. With no other choice, she jumped from the train, landing in the middle of an overgrown, forgotten cemetery. As she turned back, the train was gone, replaced by a row of crumbling tombstones. Her name was on one of them, and the ticket? Still in her hand. The final destination had always been hers,